Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
We're going to jump into a meditation and both retreat from our world for a few minutes, but in some ways you could say enter into our world even more powerfully than we have been so far today. Right? That's the wonderful paradox of meditation. We're pulling back, but we're really pulling back so we can enter being alive. And the inspiration for today's meditation, which is going to be a version of a meditation that I've led many times before, but it's always a good one to come back to, is the Parsha Pinchas, where Pinchas, the zealot, who takes a rather violent approach to defending God's honor, to say the very least, is given by God, Briti Shalom, my covenant of peace. And there are numerous commentaries about what that means. Does God think that what Pinchas did was peaceful? Or is it the opposite, that if someone's going to operate in God's name, that God wants to bestow a covenant of peace upon him so that it can be done more peacefully? Right? Many commentators have read in both directions, and I'm just going to extract from this notion of bestowing peace upon someone. Like, that's beautiful language. Like, I bestow peace upon you. But what does it mean? What does it mean to think of yourself as having the power, as it were, to bring peace to someone? Right? Maybe that's chutzpah to think that we could bring peace to someone or to a region, or maybe that's one of our most human things, to come to a situation and to bring peace. So that's through the meditation. If you've meditated with me before, again, some of this will sound familiar because it's a version of a meditation that I've been doing for years now, inspired by my teacher, Sue Weston. And with that in mind, I invite you to close your eyes. And position yourself in a very intentional way wherever you are seated, whether it's a soft couch or a hard chair. Just kind of be aware that you're not seated in this position by accident, by default. You need to adjust a little bit just to even make that more obvious to yourself, that you have placed yourself. You've both placed yourself and allowed yourself to be placed by yourself. It's a passive and an active part of that. Just start to feel the calm come over you, the sense that you are in a different realm than 60 seconds ago. Same person, same GPS locating you in the same spot in the world, but already transformed, already immersed into this moment and grateful for it. Already ready for what this meditation will bring. You can be alert to and embrace a sense of heaviness that you might feel in certain parts of your body. It might be a heaviness that you actually have felt all day but paid no attention to because you were working and getting things done. And now you can relish it. Relish your giving in, not having to hold up. Just allow your body to be as it wants to be. So once again, you are both intentionally placed in this moment and also organically so, in that you are permitting your body and your shoulders and your fingers and your muscles and your fibers and your sinews to just let go. Be at peace. Be at ease. Be deeply okay. Priti Shalom, my covenant of peace. A divine bestowing. How would we know if God had given us a covenant of peace? Where would we feel it? And what would we feel like? And what would it look like and feel like if you were to bestow a covenant of peace and of tranquility and serenity upon someone else? Maybe it's what I'm doing right now, bestowing upon you an inheritance of peace. With that in mind, I want you, as you linger in this moment of all space and no space, as you are seated in your chair or cushion, and also deeply inside the caverns of your consciousness, conjure a face that brings you joy. Someone in your life, a friend, a family member, someone whom you know, whose face is pleasurable to you, whose presence is pleasurable to you. And linger for a few seconds just on what it's like to be in this person's presence. Don't just conjure a face in 2 or 3 dimensions, but bring in the 4th dimension. What is it actually like when you are with that person? And I want you to look at that person's face, look in his or her eyes, and watch yourself, as it were, looking into this person's eyes. And watch and hear yourself say, hello. And watch and hear yourself say, I wish that you are happy and free of fear and well. And I bestow upon you that you may be filled with peace and loving kindness. And watch that person's reaction to hearing this bestowal from you. Their reaction in the face. Do they say something in response? Does the body transform? You've bestowed peace upon them. Now imagine that that person is turning right back to you, that same person, and hear and watch and feel that person say to you, hello. I wish that you are happy and free of fear and well. I bestow upon you peace and loving kindness. And what's your reaction to being told that? Watch your own transformation in your face, in your feelings, in your very essence, as peace is bestowed upon you. Now I want you to conjure the face of someone with whom you struggle. Someone whose face and presence does not bring you an instant jolt of joy, but rather might be a source of tension or conflict or unease. Have that person be in front of you. And what does it feel like to be standing there looking at him or her? And counter to your instincts, I want you to turn to that person and watch yourself and hear yourself and feel yourself say, "Hello. I wish that you are happy and free of fear and well. I bestow upon you peace and loving kindness. What does it feel like for you to share that message with that person? And what is this person's response to a rather surprising set of words from you? And as we think of ourselves as a discrete entity, our own person, different from anyone else who has or will ever live, and also of the earth and of humanity and connected to all, I want you to imagine that you have the mind ability to conjure every human face of every race and creed and nationality. Somehow they are all the billions of them arrayed in front of you. And you turn to humanity. And you say to all of humanity, hello. When you say to humanity, I wish that you are happy and free of fear and well. And I bestow upon you a covenant of peace. And as you emerge from this meditation, you wonder, would the earth be a better place if every of its citizens did this meditation to one another every day? When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Pulling out from this moment, I'll share with you my screen so we can say the closing meditation prayer together. I say this 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all shalom and namaste. I'll see you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.